some lists move
Right.
faster than
That's
others, and
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
that's the reality.
Do you have any thoughts or suggestions maybe to guys that might be going through this now? You know, some learning curve stuff that like it took time. You mentioned before it took time to maybe informally get on the same playing field as the 25-year guys or so on. I mean, I don't know if there's anything you could speak to about that, or if it's just put your nose down, work hard, and and learn the job. I mean, but.
My advice would be to try to educate yourself,
Yeah.
okay, as much as possible. The difference to the fire service that I talk about all the time from 30, 20, 15 years ago that keeps changing and changing is the job is no longer, whether it be paid or volunteer, is no longer experience-based. It's training-based. To educate you as much as you can, you have to put some personal input in other than what the department is giving you, either paid or volunteer.
It's really well said.
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard it that way before.
No, and because honestly, that's like one of the things where, you hear complaints, and I think the kids get a bad rap with because I think millennials kind of a wide brush that gets painted off them, but some of them have to understand that like this isn't just a job. It goes back to that lifestyle, and you can't on your days off like just, hey, I'm going to turn this off right now, and I'm no longer a firefighter. You got to be doing something just to keep yourself on the edge.
You have some self-responsibility, and I say this to my son all the time, as an example, you have some self-responsibility to learn the job and to try to take a class, okay, and just do something, read a book, okay.
Yeah.
It's the job is not experience based anymore. Both when I came on as a volunteer and as a paid firefighter, the job was experience based. It was you did some basic drills.
Yep.
And you didn't have the networking that goes on in the fire service today with social media. Some good, some bad. YouTube, again, some good, some bad. Your trade conferences. I remember going early on to the firehouse expos in Baltimore. I went down there religiously for a number of years with a bunch of friends of mine, and they were great shows. And that was the beginning of the networking because the internet wasn't there.
Right.
Yeah.
The internet wasn't there, and people, legacy people in the fire service nowadays, such as it says Dunn, Salka, Norman, were coming out with their information.
Yeah.
Okay, based on experience and putting it out there in textbooks and magazine articles, and getting the message out as to what to do, what to look for. Now you had to take that and apply it.
I love it. I mean, I'm sitting here just grinning ear to ear because experience driven versus training driven, right? Like I think that, Chief, that's a fantastic way.
And one way to sum it up from the academy, the county academy perspective. I took firefighter 1. I mentioned to you I started the day after I got on the fire department in Bogota. What happened was normally that process takes longer, but Bogota had enrolled a guy that had only been on for several months and washed out for whatever reason. They had an open spot. They called the academy. Can we fill so and so with Steve? And day 2 on the fire department, I was in the firefighter 1 program, which was 16 lessons at that time.
How many is it now, Chief?
It's over 50 for firefighter 1.
Yeah, I think back in New York, I had essential firefighting was what it was called, but it was like you talked about that experience versus training. It was, hey, this is hose, this is how it connects. We're gonna go do that. Like, I don't want to say it was knuckle dragging, but it was, there was like now. I go to getting hired in the fire department, going through an academy class. There was more. Like it was my first wake up call that this was serious. As I almost failed my first exam, and I realized this isn't just going to be something that you sit through. Like you're going to have to, pick yourself up and start studying. And it was something stupid. It was if Freon burns, it creates phosgene gas, which is its ideal H atmosphere is how many parts per million, and it was 2 to 4. And that's the question that I got wrong, and I just had to, I'm like, I stared at the test, I'm like, what the hell is this? Like,
do you really need to know that at the first level? Probably not.
But I won't ever forget it, because that was one of the questions I got wrong.
And a positive note from my...
Hey everybody, it's Rob Ridley from National Fire Radio. Thanks for tuning in. Catch up with us on social media. We got
SoundCloud, National Fire Radio, YouTube, National Fire Radio, Instagram,
National Fire Radio, and
not least,
Facebook, National Fire Radio. Guys, check us out. Take care. Be safe.